Awakening the Kundalini is a difficult and dangerous process. However, it can open our eyes to a whole new world when done correctly, with purpose, direction, and commitment. There are many layers in the process of awakening the human nervous system to its true potential. Diet, environment, mindset, and exercise are all vitally important. But the most critical practice is the ancient art of sexual alchemy. Otherwise known as creative energy work or semen retention in the case of a male practitioner, this transformational practice helps to enliven and regenerate the human body. The rising Kundalini energy starts at the sacrum bone at the base of the spine and travels along its length to the center of the head. The natural flow of ancient sacred energies is typically downward and outward. By reversing and slowing down this movement and redirecting it upward to the head, we can conserve the creative forces. These forces can then be utilized for personal growth, regeneration, and enhancing our cognitive abilities. However, it's important to circulate these powerful energies to avoid unbalancing the body and causing physiological and energetic problems. After raising the energies to the head, it's essential to direct them back toward the belly and hips with mindful awareness. Several straightforward practices can assist us in directing and circulating the creative force. Engaging in spinal flexion, as well as stretching, rotating, and leveraging the hips, is essential for sustaining a healthy energy flow in the body. Stay tuned for upcoming videos that will delve further into this topic in particular. The tongue is also crucial for the circulation. The tongue is a bridge connecting important energy channels within the body. Placing the tongue at the roof of the mouth helps complete the circuit between the sacrum and the head center. This allows sacred energy to move freely back toward the hips and generative area. The correct use of breath, by breathing deeply into our bellies and using directed intention to guide the energy away from the head and into the belly and hips, aids in this process. This creates a renewed circulation of energy. In Eastern practices, this tongue posture is referred to as bridging the gap, and it is utilized to complete the energetic circuit and facilitate the flow of qi or prana for proper circulation. An alternative name for this delicate but important movement in energy work is the magpie bridge. This name is inspired by the mythological magpie bridge from Eastern tradition. The significance of this movement relates to the critical positioning of the tongue when working with high levels of personal energy. By completing the circuit of the magpie bridge, we can ensure that our energy flows correctly. Furthermore, it enables us to redirect our personal energy from the head to the hips and sacrum through the proper use of the breath and the belly. Once the elevation of energy is successfully attained and the tongue is positioned correctly on the roof of the mouth, a tingling sensation and metallic taste ensue. This occurrence signifies the closure of the circuit, and the taste is like touching a battery with the tongue. A magical battery, the heightened human nervous system. If the tongue is one end of our bioelectrical battery, then the perineum is the opposite and equally important pole. By tensing the buttocks and consciously lifting the perineum, we temporarily sever our energetic connection with the earth, enabling the creative force to rise along the spinal column and enter the head center. Mastering the perineum and keeping the tongue pressed against the roof of the mouth can help connect the two poles of our bioelectrical battery. When done correctly, this straightforward practice can lead to an increased flow of energy and a natural state of balance and equilibrium. Clenching the buttocks and contracting the perineum and pelvic diaphragm can activate and channel our preserved creative force from the crucible of the hips into the sacral plexus nerve bundle. In Vedic teachings, the perineum holds the Guda Mama point and is related to the Muladhara chakra. In Taoist teachings, the sacrum is called the turtle tail, and the downward connection of energy is sometimes likened to a dragon's tail. The dragon's tail symbolizes this dynamic link between the individual and the earth. It is thought that clenching the buttocks and metaphorically moving this energy to the sacral plexus temporarily disrupts this energetic bond. Consequently, the sacred life force can be more readily directed upwards, through the spinal column and into the head center, or heaven. The amount of personal energy available to us can be amplified through the preservation of creative energy, or chastity, until the important decision to have children is made. When harnessed properly, our life force can rejuvenate the brain, activating dormant neurons and fostering the regeneration and rewiring of connections within the cerebral cortex. This vital energy can bolster our endocrine system, aid in clearing our lymphatic ducts, and enrich and revitalize our blood, body, and spirit. When we raise the Kundalini serpent energy, we awaken the head center, our inner eye. When the inner eye is opened, we attain a whole new perspective on the world. This is the Great Awakening.